to write a whole anthology about them. Regardless, these games and library books introduce the theme of breaking the fourth wall into the which is seen in
Magic
few
Cat.
The Fox on the Beach, for example,
Today
says,
we're playing
wishes
Magic
this
Cat
game had an
Academy.
inventory system in place so I could thank you, after Lucky returns his tables and his paddle. There are also ghosts on the technically. Towards the most west part of the island, the artistic swimming portion, it features a trophy dedicated to helping a ghost who is the mother of a fisherman from Japanese folklore
Like
named
sometimes you
Urashima Taro.
just get
This ghost is very obviously humanoid and we'll be getting back to this later on in the video.
by woods of
But for those of
like
you who have
actual
completed the game already, you probably know that I'm about to the biggest plot point of the entire game.
stop piling up on you
As you help complete tasks and travel
basically
around the city,
impossible
Lucky is rewarded with trophies by the
to
trophy
attack
master,
them
who
above
everyone
their
is
head.
with a really creepy laugh. The crane explains that every time Lucky does something good for the island, she's awarded with a trophy in her name.
Also, I
And after
remember
Lucky's
the one
completed
that I
every single side quest and
literally
returns back to
killed.
the trophy room,
I swear
it's
that
revealed to us
pot
that the true
boss
trophy master has actually been
almost
missing for months, and that the crane has
almost
been an
killed me.
imposter.
I am not joking.
Lucky is
The
then tasked
second
with the
boss
final
in
goal
the
of
entire
finding the true
game.
trophy master.
Oh,
When Lucky
my
finally reaches
god!
the ship at the top of the Northwest Docks, which is where she's told that another cat is, a whirlpool is all she's met with. Jumping in, she finally finds the true trophy master, and it turns out to be Momo the cat. Yes, this is the Momo who has been in 6 previous doodles, and she's taking her place in yet another one. Talking with Momo, we find out that she's in fact the trophy master, but this is I'm willing to bet that her main gig is running her school, or studying at her school, depending on how you want to see it. And then the fourth walls are absolutely shattered, with Lucky the cat recognizing Momo from her own game series, Magic Cat Academy. And Momo doing the same to Lucky, recognizing her from the Doodle Champion Island games, while they're both in the game at the same time. At this point, the fourth walls are just the two characters then question if the other one has been controlling them in the game the entire time, and finally decide to let it go by not wanting to end up in an existential quandary. Momo says that she's been playing Lucky's game for a long time, and that she's simply I find that really suspicious considering that Momo says she has to finish the game when she returns back to the trophy hall with Lucky, where it turns out she was friends with the crane the entire time. However, I think that the reason Momo took so long to finish the game was because that we, playing as Lucky, haven't found her yet, and Momo playing the game hasn't found herself yet. I don't really understand it either. There's reasonable suspicion that the characters are aware they're in the game themselves, but whether they know or not, they seem relatively okay with the circumstances. One of the weirdest things is the smart Kappa, who's the only Kappa who doesn't understand if Lucky doesn't join the green team. The bird goes on a really long rant about how his own existence seems meaningless and asks if this is really all there is to life. I'm pretty certain that for some reason this bird is painfully aware of its own existence in the video game as well. The whole joke is a little odd, but it fits in with some of the other fourth wall breaking things around the island. But going back to the main lore, there's just so many questions that we don't have the answers to, like why Momo ended up being the Champion Island Trophy Master, or why she's been sleeping out in the road for months, and of course the self-awareness of the game to tie it all together. There's also several different versions of the game that appear in the little archives that appeared over the course of the 2021 Summer Olympics, and the final version, released for September 5th, 2021, features a few details and changes. In the first few versions of the game, if Lucky didn't have a small sport side quest, she couldn't leave the island at all, no matter what. And this ended up changing with the final game version, because we could finally leave the island once we completed all the side quests and sports. However, there's some more weird details that are going on here as well.
Well, this
The
cat
two
is so
original Alliance devs who created Lucky as she was revealed to me that people who leave the island forget their time there, essentially erasing Lucky's memory of the events on the island. And this is a reference to how leaving the island would cause the game essentially said, but there's another weird part of this. When we start the game on September 5th again, a new character appears, telling Lucky that she seems familiar and asking if she's been here before. And this is probably referencing previous times that the player has played the game and Lucky being unable to recognize the fact that she's been here before. The whole situation with Champion Island is pretty odd, and I can't help but think that there's something more than meets the eye when it comes to the Champion Islands, like what happens to them when the Olympics are in session. Is it abandoned? Do people leave? Ultimately, the Champion Island games leave us with a lot more questions than answers when it comes to connecting the lore, so I'm going to leave off them for now and come back to them later. I can remember playing this in the summer of 2021 and having a genuinely really fun time playing it. The game gives us a massive amount of lore as we've gone over, and I can only hope
Triple kill!
And with that, let's move on to Halloween 2022. The Great Cool Dude 2. Similar to the Halloween 2020 doodle, this is a fully fledged sequel to a previous doodle, so
Okay,
let's
that
look at the
works.
description.
Oh wait.
Believe it or not, the Great Ghoul is back, and so you hear the name. This is getting an old haunt, but with some extra flair. In this multiplayer interactive sequel to the 2018 Great Ghoul Doodle, players around the world join in a team of 4
So this is
and
the
collect the most
typical
wandering
guy.
spirit planes before the moon is gone. There are even more unpredictable tricks and treats this time around, including new characters, game maps, special power-ups, and more. So like the description said, the 2022 Doodle added new maps and characters to the previous game. The new characters with a green team, emerald, a hand, a mouse,
Oh God!
thing.
Stop
Why is
it!
he a hand? On the purple team, the new characters are Mouse and Mouse, and I'm definitely convinced at this point the host can do really anything they want to. The power-up that the description refers to is the Jack-o'-lantern, which will randomly appear throughout the game in a location right between the two team bases. If you're able to pick it up before the other team, it grants you invincibility along with the ability to kill other players. Yes, not only are you safe from having your spirit flame stolen, you can kill other ghosts. Technically not kill, but it's pretty close considering that you're immobile for a good amount of time if you get hit with a pumpkin, and you're also sent back to your own base. The game also adds 2 additional maps, one indoor and one outdoor. The indoor map takes place in what appears to be a museum of some sort, and the outdoor map is a park. A third level design of an amusement park was also in development, but since the amusement park in question was going to be abandoned, it was eventually scrapped due to the fact that the creators thought it would be too weird for the game. There's already a good bit of lore which you can take away from the 2 big maps. On the museum map, there are entire sections that are single-handedly dedicated to the ghosts. By the stairs in the middle, the 2 teams each have an entire group selfie plastered on the wall. Towards the top of the map, there are also more framed photos, although I'm not quite able to make out what they are. It doesn't help that at the time I'm recording this, which is July 2023, the Doodle seems to have suffered the same fate as its predecessor, shut down completely. With that aside, let's keep talking about the lore. I find it interesting that we already